Here we go. Delete. Here we go. Delete. Delete that. Delete that one. Okay, so that one got deleted. This one is about to start at 8:30. We want that one. So that'll be the one that should upload. Hopefully everything goes well. In fact, you could go ahead and log into the computer to block any issues.
I'm in there right now.
All right. You're getting all the buttons and stuff.
So now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Scheduled to start in 21 minutes.
Please call back within 15 minutes. Scheduled showtime.
Thank you, Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
This is so crazy. I cannot believe it. Like, what the hell?
See, I just called in too soon or connected too soon.
That's what they told you.
Yeah, didn't you just hear it?
Yeah. But that is so crazy. I'm just in awe that it did that. Like,
I know, right?
So does it show button for direct connect on yours?
Yeah, it's on the screen. Look at it. See the direct connect button and the countdown?
Yeah. Well, because I have that and I know that before it was
it wouldn't give me a direct connect.
Yeah, it was a conflict. Were you able to do Twitter?
Huh?
Were you able to get the Twitter?
No, there's some type of program called Periscope that attaches Restream to his Twitter. I gotta go set that up. So yeah.
Well, either way, I still have it.
Right.
I still can't believe that the whole show just down. That's so insane. It's crazy.
That is irritating, definitely.
Huh?
I said that is irritating, definitely.
Yeah. Now what I would when that happened to me. At least now you see that it happened.
You need to your questions need to be what just happened, not what did you do? Because that's irritating and disrespectful. I'm just telling you, it's irritating and disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful?
Because I was mad as hell. I didn't do shit. I'm sitting here looking at the computer and it just shut off.
Well, how is it disrespectful when last time it was you to tell that it was you, and it's just you saying George, what did you do? Because it's usually you.
No, it's not usually me.
Well, the majority.
When it's me, I say it's me.
No, that is not true. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But that is true. That's true. That's the last time I remember I was on, and there was this horrible echo. I kept saying, George, the echo. It's not me. It's not me. And who was it?
Was it? When I found it, what did I say? I said, "Oh, it was me."
Before you weren't admitting anything. And I was right. As usual.
Okay, but you're not always right.
Didn't say that I was always right. When I'm not right, like you, I own up to it. None of us are perfect. I know everything.
I know. All I'm doing is asking you for your first response not to be, what did you do?
Okay. Duly
That's all.
noted. Well, you guys here presenting. It's 14 now, so it's at 8:30 now. My time. So wherever you guys are, the show'll start talking about in a few minutes. So we do apologize for the difficulties, guys, but Vivian, the boys will continue. So look forward to that. So how's everybody doing? Hello, hi, buenos días. What's up, any 899? What's up, Chef Lita? How are you? Hi, call 14. Hey, Chase, how are you? If I missed anyone, hello, I'm I 91143. Hello, welcome. In case I missed any of you guys, welcome to our live voice. We'll start shortly. Our topic tonight is marriage. You need it. So, okay, if you guys have weigh in, or you have a comment about the topic.
Those of you watching right now, our show actually will start in 14 minutes and 30 seconds. We had technical difficulties at the beginning, part of the system crash, but we will be starting up in 14 minutes.
How are you? Hopefully, again, everybody's having a good day. Stevie and the boys, hi, lady. Hello. What's up, Lewis? Hello. How's everyone? So that's one of our we'll just kind of wing it and see what the next topic is. Will we talk about that? I know with this being the month they always do. And so that's what to talk about marriage. We need marriage. Like my stance is
scheduled to start in 13 minutes,
title
37 seconds.
The second when you marry someone, they become your own. Unless you're on 50-50, which a lot of couples are. A lot of couples are. As a man who is the house, or he makes all the decisions. It's between the husband and wife if they're going on that given
13 minutes until showtime.
What's up, Lion King? How are you? Dr. Drew. I look like the Lion King. But really, this is something I've got to give you. I told my friend give it a chance. So I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm just not used to wearing natural curls. All these days. Yeah. It's up is safe. I don't know So everybody is having a good day. Ramon, collab. Your mama poor. It's interesting.
12 minutes until showtime.
Your mom poor. That's so mean. What if someone's mom really poor? And you're just throwing that that sword into their heart. Stabbing them like, your mom bored. That's so mean. Alberto Rios says, everyone adore you. Anyone have big plans? Hello, Louise. How are you? Okay, the show was in about 12. What's up, Chino? Yeah. So, in case I missed anyone, alive. And CB and the boys should be starting in 12 minutes. Still cannot believe that was
11 minutes until showtime.
Totally insane. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Antonio Hill. Let's see, Curtis. What's up? Thank you for the top. What's up?
10 minutes until showtime.
Hello, everyone. ID 151. What's up, dude? Okay.
9 minutes until showtime.
You get a better say big guys maybe in the 6. Right. So once the show starts, we be able to welcome you guys. What's up, Saya? So I'm just welcoming you now. Me joining us well. Let's check it out. Hey, Enrique. What's up, Juan Sanchez?
Eight minutes until showtime. Seven minutes until showtime. minutes until showtime.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll take that. Hey, ID Indian 742 looks like hard music. Oh, well. ID Indian 844. Yeah, I don't know who that is. For the compliment. Appreciate that. See that's hard so how are you?
5 minutes until showtime.
Everybody welcome to be on the BoyZ Radio. The radio show will be starting in 6 minutes. 5229 our is marriage. We need it. So and that's just one of our relationships. This is the June. A lot of June weddings will take place. So that's what prompted us to do the month of June to talk about marriage and things like that. Hello, people. Welcome to you guys, everyone.
4 minutes until showtime.
5 minutes to time. Juan Sanchez, hello. Hi, Eric. Muffin Lover, what's up? Thank you so much for the chat. Or 65555. So once the show begins, I'm going to be able to welcome you guys. Welcome everyone now. So welcome my guys to CBM Radio Show, where you guys can watch the radio show. And if we can after time, I don't know if we will or what. But if we do, you'll be able to hear whatever sounds. But I'm gonna try to have you guys on the show, so you'll be able to hear.
3 minutes until showtime.
Right. 3 minutes. That's right. Alexander. Wait, 2 minutes until. Joe, have you talked to Rock?
No.
He messaged on our phone. I couldn't see it because when I used for Can you look and see what happened? What's up, Robert? Guard. I'm assuming that's yeah.
No, I said everyone can hear you guys. What's going on?
Is he going to be on?
I guess he tried to call into the radio. I don't know what he's talking about.
Message him back and ask him
Hang on.
I can't.
Hang on.
Because we're literally about to start.
1 minute until showtime.
Adam, what's this? Right, I'm going to
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
It's time for your midweek motivator with CB and the boys. With your hosts, Crystal CB Booker, and the boys, George Biker Boy Holman, Roger Hawkins, and J. Lee Ducey Man Thomas. Get set for music, motivation, conversation, and fun. Now here's CB and the boys.
Hey. How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? I'd like to welcome you to another edition of CB and the Voice with Crystal CB Booker and George Biker Boy Holman here in the house. We're waiting a little bit to catch up with Roger Hawkins. He'll be with us soon enough. But to start the show out tonight, we're going to bust out some old school jams here right quick. Let's go with a little DMX.
Please bow your heads. Let us pray.
Yeah, in the name of Jesus.
Heavenly Father.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Dear nigga.
And every tongue that gets me in judgment, thou shalt condemn. Lord, give me a sign. For this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. And their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. Amen. Speak. Lord, give me a sign. I'm ready to talk to you, Lord, since the last time I talked. The walk has been hard. Now I know you haven't left me, but I feel like I'm alone. I'm a big boy now, but I'm still not grown, and I'm still going through it. Pain and the hurt, soaking up trouble like rain in the dirt. And I know only I can stop the rain with just a mention of my Savior's name. In the name of Jesus, devil, I rebuke you for what I go through and trying to make me do what I used to. But all that's right here. As long as the Lord's in my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from the light to the dark. I will show no shame, spit it right from the heart. Cause it's right from the start. You held me down and nothing they can tell me now. Tell me, Lord, can you hear me? Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find. Dear Lord, can you hear me? Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Tell me, Lord, can you hear me? Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. Dear Lord, can you hear me? Whatever you want me to, just let me know what to do. God, come faith to you. Ain't nothing else to do but I have faith in you. I live a life of a thug, hope you understand. Forgive me for my mistakes, I gotta play my hand. And my hands on the 16 shot, semi-automatic, crooked cop killing Glock. Tell me, Lord, can you feel me? Show away. I'm praying, but my enemies won't go away. And everywhere I turn, I see niggas burn. Every nigga that I know's on death row. My younger homie 17, and he paid the price. Lil young motherfucker doing triple. Though I tell him in his letter, it's getting better. If my nigga knew the truth, he nothing. But you either be the one mad 'cause you trapped or the one hunting. Trapped in your own mind, waiting on the Lord. Hunting with the word that cuts like a sword. Spoken with the stronger than the strongest. Married the whole world like the strongest. And through the trials and tribulations, you never let us down. Jesus, I know you're here with us now. Jesus, I know you're still with us now. Keep it real with us now. I wanna feel, show me how. Please let me take your hand, guide me. I walk slow, but right beside me. Devil's trying to find, hide me. Hold up, I take that back, protect me and give me the strength to fight back. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna feel. Lord, can you hear me? Show me how to keep the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Tell me, Lord, can you show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you? Lord, can you hear me? Whatever you want me to, just let me know what to do. Lord, I could have live or die. I will never live a lie. I'm gonna get because I try. I won't quit until I die. I'm gonna make it wrong or right. Yeah, make it through the darkest night. Yeah, when the morning comes, you'll see that all I have is God to give me life. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Please, Lord, give me a sign. For this is the heritage of the sons of the Lord. And then Jesus, Lord, give me a sign. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find all the time. Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Lord, give me a sign. Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. 'Cause I'm gonna do whatever you want me to. Just let me know what to do. Lord, give me a sign. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find. It's all the time. Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Lord, give me a sign. Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. 'Cause I'm gonna go through whatever you want me to. Just let me know what to do. Lord, get sign.
All right, everybody, I'm back. And that was DMX. One piece to DMX. First off, we want to apologize to those that were on the previous broadcast. We had some technical difficulties, but things are rectified and fixed now, so we are back. So enjoy the rest of the show. If you're listening to us on Facebook or watching us on YouTube, again, I want to weigh in on our topic tonight. Definitely type in the chat and we will address your comments online. Everyone watching on Bigo, the same, just type in the chat if you have any comments about our topic tonight, and we will answer comments on the air. So look forward to that. So if you're just not joining us, you're listening to the Voice. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator. I am CB and have one in the building, Mr. George Speckleboy Holman. Roger has not joined us tonight as of yet. We hope that he will. And Jay Dushi-Thomas has not joined us. Mimi Acosta is not in the building tonight, but hopefully she will return next week as our guest. She is a special guest. We love Mimi. So our prayers and our hearts go out to her during this difficult time. So our topic tonight is marriage. Do we need it? And I'll just start off. My stance on that is no. But George, you being a married man, I'm sure you have a different take on it. So, what made you walk down the aisle again if you've been married previously?
Well, everything was right. I was comfortable with her, and that's one thing she wanted, so I was okay with it. I mean, it's literally that simple. There's no complex, long, outdrawn story for it. It's just, that's what it was. You know, that's what she wanted, and I'm okay with it. You know, so there it is.
Did you think that you would ever get married again?
No, I didn't. I had no intentions to. I was definitely, it was something that in mind I was only going to do one time in my life. We see how well that went.
Yeah. So when you got married the very first time, when you decided that you didn't want to be a bachelor anymore, what prompted that decision? Did you just look at her and say, oh, man, this is forever?
No, I didn't say it was forever. I said it was for now. And I never say it's forever. It's always for now. But it just, well, like I said, it felt comfortable then, so I did it. I did it until it was uncomfortable.
Mm. Well, you know that with this being the month of June, they say that when you get married in the month of June, that your marriage is going to be a success. You know, they say when you marry in June, you're a bride all your life, and the bridegroom who marries in June gets a sweetheart for a wife. Would you agree with that?
Nope. Bullshit and propaganda. Bullshit and propaganda.
Why do you say that?
Because the month ain't got nothing to do with how your marriage is going to turn out. Period. That's all in the people. All that is just propaganda and baloney for whatever somebody's hidden objective to cook that and spread that around and make people say that. That's whatever their hidden objective is. But the month you get married in ain't got nothing to do with how your relationship is going to go. That don't have anything to do with it. I don't. There's nobody gonna make me believe that what month you get married in is gonna have a difference on your relationship. What the hell does June got to do with being married for long or not? Nothing. Nothing. What scientific reason can you give me that that's the case? Probably 99% of the married people in the United States would all have got married in June.
Majority of them. A great majority of them have. That's where it came from. Everyone wants to be a June bride and get married in June and have a beautiful June wedding.
That's people wanting to be married. That's people wanting to be married in the summer and the beautiful weather and all that.
Yes. Being a June bride.
It ain't nothing to do
There's
with
no song.
that. Ain't got nothing to do with the relationship. That ain't
There's
got nothing to do with the relationship. Huh?
Yes, but there's no songs about getting married in September or August or October. They're all about being married in June.
So just because some people made a song about being married in June, that means everybody's supposed to get married in June, or it's the best to get married in June? That don't make sense to me, you or Jesus. I'm just saying.
I think so. I think that the sentiment of being a June bride, I think it's endearing. Do
all
I
right, you try
to be one?
You try and let me know.
No.
You try and let me know.
No, because I have no desire to get married, like ever, like ever. That
ever,
is
ever?
not on
Ever?
ever. That is not on my agenda. That is not on my radar. I've been engaged before many times. No weddings have ever ensued from that. So, you know, some people are meant to be married, and some people who just aren't. And I think I fall into that category of people who just aren't meant to have that special someone. I know they say that there's someone for everyone. I find that hard to believe these days. I used to believe that. I used to hold on to it. But now I think that will settle sometime, and I'm tired of waiting for that special someone, if that person even exists, which I don't think they do. I don't believe that. And as far as marriage is concerned, I think that the face of marriage has changed considerably, and people get married for different reasons. Some good reasons, and some just because reasons. Some people get married because they don't want to grow old alone. There are a lot of lonely people out there, a lot. But there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Take me for example, I'm alone, but I'm never lonely. There's a difference, a huge difference. So nobody wants to grow old lonely. So they settle for the first beating heart or pulse that comes along. Says, will you marry me? Yes, yes. Nobody wants to be an old, what they call an old maid. Who wants to be an old maid? I don't know anyone that wakes up and says, you know what? I want to be an old maid. That is what I want to be, an old maid. Because back in the day, being an old maid meant that nobody wanted you. It meant that you'll be a spinster or you'll be alone, lonely the rest of your life. That is what that meant back in the olden days. But now, when you say somebody's an old maid, now you just say that they're old and lonely. So basically the same definition of old maid and spinster back in the day basically still stands today. And that's something that people don't want to be. They don't. I was watching a movie today, and there was a woman in the movie, one of the characters. She was considered an old maid. She was a school teacher. She wore the thick glasses and always had her hair up in a bun. But she decided that she wanted to let loose and release her inhibitions and go, how she put it, go live life to the fullest. And she had $4,000, and she was going to take that $4,000 and do things that she thought she could never do. So she had the opportunity to go to New York, and she took her $4,000 with her. She bought new clothes, a beautiful evening gowns and dresses and cocktail dresses, things that she never had the opportunity to do before. And so she just released and she lived a little. And the first man that paid attention to her was trying to get to her because he thought that she was wealthy and he wanted her to buy into his real estate investment scheme. So once that happened, it turned her off of wanting to be with someone. And it turned her off thinking that all men are that way and that she's never going to find anyone that's going to like her for her and not because they think she has money. Because I don't know what you think, but $4,000 isn't $1 million or $1,000 or $2 million. It's not even close. It's not even close. So back then, money like that meant you were somewhat well off. But and she just felt betrayed, and she basically gave up on love. So she went back to her regular motif with her head pulled back in a bun and her thick glasses on, and she just decided, that it just wasn't going to happen for her, so she gave up. So in any relationship, even, landing somebody, the key is to never give up. I saw another movie. This one was called Arsenic and Old Lace, and the one that I just talked about previously was called, it was an Andy Hardy movie, and it was called The Hardy's Rise High. And Mrs. Hardy's sister was the one who was the spinster, and and she had the $4,000. So it's in that film. So the next film I saw was called Arsenic and Old Lace. And Cary Grant played Mortimer Brewster, who was a bachelor, confirmed bachelor. He had written books about being a bachelor until he fell in love, and he wanted to marry the other character. Her name was Elaine. And he was hiding at the marriage license place at City Hall because he didn't want his fans to know that he had been landed. But what was really interesting about this film is that when they were in line getting their marriage license, there was the other couples, of course, that were in line, and the women turned around and started winking at each other, showing that, yep, I landed, I got me one. And they all were like, just had a like, I got him, that type of thing. And that really, to me, sent a very, very big message. That was back then, during those times, in the early 1940s, and, that woman's mission was to land a man, a husband, to take care of her. She wanted to cook and clean for him, and take care of him, and have babies, and that was just her existence. Back then, they didn't think about having their businesses. They didn't think about doing their own thing unless you're a spinster. And most of those were school teachers. And they looked at school teachers as being lonely women, and all they could do was teach. So, what's your take on that analogy? What do you think of that?
Well, it just sounds like to me, those people doing things for their own reasons. Is whatever your situation is, how much money in your pocket and all that stuff isn't going to make a difference.
I disagree on that one.
Not when it comes to love and relationships and being lonely.
Yeah, but nobody wants to be on the streets living under a bridge. So money definitely comes into play. You have to have something to offer. That's
it comes into play, but
when had to have dowries and stuff. So you have to have something to offer. You don't get something for nothing. I mean, it doesn't happen. And then when you think, once you do land that special someone, what happens next? Because in every story and in every movie, there is the end. They ride off in the sunset, the end. They get married, the end. But what comes after that? There's got to be more, or in fairy tales, they live happily ever after. Well, what does that mean exactly? What does it mean to live happily ever after? That's an interesting question.
Not really, because
Cinderella.
Not really, because no one person can answer that, because everybody's happy isn't the same.
That's
happy
my
ever
whole
after
point.
to me may not be happy ever after to you.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Very true.
So that's why they end it that way. It's left to the imagination.
But there's got to be some bit of realistic aspects in there as well. Cinderella finds her charming, and they don't tell you that she drives to cleaning the castle all the time, or singing to the birds. They don't tell you about that. They don't show, the realness of a relationship. For example, I saw a movie, and this was, one of my favorite movies. And what's so crazy is when it came out in 2012, I, too, was 40. It was called This Is 40. Have you ever seen that film?
Nope.
It's a Judd Apatow film. And Judd Apatow had some really good movies under his belt. But this, for me, was like one of his best. I really liked this one because, one, I can really, really, really relate to it. Because at that time, I was 40. So in 2012, I was 40. And the film was called This Is 40. And it starred his lovely wife, Leslie Mann, and Paul Rudd. And, of course, Judd Apatow's daughters were also in the film, Maud Apatow, and I forgot the younger one's name, but she was also in the film. And it was just a look at a couple, and they were both in their 40s, but it was like they were going through their own personal midlife crisis. Because when you're 40, that's your chance to like really reflect on your life, what you've done, kind of collect your goals and see, you know, what it is that you want to do. Is there something more that you want to do with your life? You know, it's a chance to prepare for your next chapter. If you have a next chapter of your life, I mean, it's really a chance to really reflect and decide, you know, am I doing good? Am I on the right path? And if not, can I change the path? Is it too late? And, of course, it's never too late. But it was such a powerful film because each character was going through their own personal battles, their own personal turmoil. And it was just seeing it from a male-female perspective and also from the perspective of the kids because they're looking at their parents going batshit crazy. And they are, you know, starting to take on those traits and those characteristics, leaving the parents to ask and wonder, Bonteith says, Bigo says, I'm going through that right now. I recently turned 40. Well, happy birthday, Bonteith. Happy birthday. So you know what I'm talking about. When you turn 40, it's different. It's really different. You know, now I need a film called This Is 50. I'm not 50 yet. But I could definitely use it that I can relate to when I get that old. But when you turn 40, it's just really different for you because you really reflect on your life, what you've done thus far. And you also kind of put into play what you want to do next. Some people, life is over at 40, but I'm here to tell you it's not. It goes on. And who's to say that you just have one chapter? You can have as many chapters as you want in your life. You know, just turn the page and start a new chapter. And then if you need to revisit other chapters, you can do that. So my advice to anyone going through that is to never, ever, ever give up. And to always take a step back and weigh your options, because there's always options. In life, we have choices. Everything is a choice. And when you turn 40, you really get a chance to really reflect on your past choices. And if they were good choices, then you want to continue on. But if you've made bad choices, you want to learn from those choices and not run from them. Because sometimes history repeats itself. And when you make bad choices, you don't want those things to repeat. That would not be good. But this film was really good. Paul Rudd had quit his job, and so instead, well, he didn't quit, he got fired. Okay, Bunty says, I feel like my life has come to a complete halt. I know. It's like when you turn 40, it does feel that way because you've hit another milestone in your life. But life is not over at 40. It is up to you to continue on. And I speak from experience because when I turned 40, oh my God, I cried, literally cried. And I looked back on my life and I'm like, oh gosh, what do I have? And then I'm looking around at everything I have and I'm like, I got nothing. Except 2 beautiful children. Yes. When she says that, it's been very emotional, and it is an emotional time. It definitely is. It is very emotional. I cried when I turned 40. It was just like one of shock, and you have yet to have children. Oh, wow. It's not too late, though. It is never too late. A lot of people are waiting till later in life to have children. And as long as you are healthy and fit and able to do that, then definitely don't take that off the table. But the important thing is to not give up. It's never too late to live your dreams. If there's something that you haven't done that's on your bucket list, you do it. And you're not married or dating at the time, but you still have time. You're still here. You're still alive. Life is not because you turned 40. Trust me, I'm proof. It's not. It feels like it. I'm not going to lie. It does feel like it. And you'll be riddled with regret. You'll be riddled with fear of the unknown. But believe me, at the end of the day, 40 is fabulous, not fatal. And just keep thinking positively. I'm sending positive thoughts to you and positive vibes to you, Vanti. You're going to be 40 and fabulous. You're going to crush it. Own it. You're 40. Yay. You've lived. You have memories that you can look back and share. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So just own it. 40 is fabulous. 40 is not fatal. It's fabulous. You're going to be the best 40-year-old you can be. So congratulations for turning 40 and fabulous. If you just joined us, you're listening to CB and the Boys. I'm CB, and I got one of my boys in the building, Mr. George Biker Boy Holman. Roger Hawkins has not joined in the building as of yet, but hopefully he will to join us. If not, then just me and George will hold it down tonight. Our topic tonight is marriage. Do we need it? And we also drifted into the movie This Is 40 that I was talking about previously. It's such a great film. And if you just turned 40, and we had one of our listeners on Bigo who just turned 40, so happy birthday once again to Vanti. So if you'd like to weigh in on the topic tonight, you can give us a call at 516-418-5603. Again, 516-418-5603. If you'd like to weigh in on our topic, we come to you every Wednesday, midweek Motivator here on Blog Talk Radio. As well, you can find us on several different platforms. We are also on Bigo Live. We are also, you can see us live also on YouTube, as well as Facebook. So we have all of those channels available to you. And one thing we definitely need you to do is to go to our channels and like us and subscribe. So if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, don't forget to like us and subscribe. And also, we have another platform that you can see us on as well. Well, not see us, but listen to us. And that is iHeartRadio. We are also on iHeartRadio now. So please look forward to that. You can click our playback link. Click our playback link and you can hear us on iHeartRadio. So this is Stevie and the Boys. Again, if you want to weigh in on our topic, give us a call at 516-418-5603. And if you're watching us on any of the channels that you're watching us live, then tap in the chat and you can weigh in on the topics that way, and we will address everything on air. Also, if you're watching us on Bigo, you can tap it. Can't even talk tonight. You can type in the chat and we will address it on air. So George.
So I got a piece of interesting fact here for you.
Mm-hmm.
October and September are the most popular months to get married in the United States. 16 to 15% of real American couples choosing dates within those months. So your whole June thing just got blown out the window.
No.
June
There's no song written about September or in October.
I know,
But there
you
are
were talking
songs
about
written about
right. But
there are
apparently
songs
most of
written
the people
about
don't get the percentage for people in getting married in June is 10.8%.
Interesting.
So which June is a lot more than other months, but it's not the highest. October and September are the highest.
Yeah. Well, I never said that June was the highest. I just said that they have songs about it, and they say that when you're married in June, you're a bride of your life, and the bridegroom who marries in June gets a sweetheart for a wife, which are part of the lyrics to the song. Oh, yes. And like she said, sweet November is also a good month to get married. And I can see that. A lot of people like winter weddings. See, my thing as far as having a wedding, I would love to have a wedding. I just don't want the marriage that comes after it. So I would like a kick-ass, beautiful wedding and
so go have a big-ass wedding. Go have a big-ass wedding and then get an annulment. There you go.
Hey, now there's a thought. Pay all that money and then get it annulled. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
yeah,
in theory, if you're getting married, the groom is supposed to take care of the wedding. In tradition, the father of the groom pays for the wedding.
No, it's the father of the bride that pays for the wedding.
Are you sure? It's not for the groom?
Completely. No.
Okay.
All the groom has to do is show up. That's their only contribution is their son. That's it.
All right. Well, maybe you can find the groom to pay for the wedding and then get an annulment afterwards.
Yeah.
You could always have your fake wedding.
A fake wedding?
Yeah.
Okay, do tell. How would one have a fake wedding? How do you fake it? Have a fake preacher?
Just have a non-ordained minister.
So what would be the point of spending all the money for the big fanfare and it not be real?
Well, that's what you. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help you with your fantasy. You want a great big wedding, but you don't want the marriage that comes after it. So have a wedding and get it annulled, or have a fake wedding.
Well, when I meet someone, if I can't see waking up to this person like on the daily, then they definitely don't stand a chance. So, because when you're married to the same person. Well, you're supposed to be married to them forever. And I just get so bored. I get bored easily. I said supposed to. I mean, that's what's expected. Nobody gets married with the thought, oh, I'm going to get divorced the next day or the next month or in the future. When people get married, they get married with the expectation that it's going to last, that they're going to have a golden anniversary, a 50-year anniversary, 25-year anniversary, hell, a 2-year anniversary. They're under those, they already believe that these things are going to happen. Nobody gets married saying, oh, I'm getting divorced. I'm just getting married. I'm getting divorced tomorrow, so it's okay. Like, wedding to get divorced. That makes no freaking sense. That makes no sense at all.
It makes about as much sense as you saying you want to get married but not be married.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I said I would like a big, beautiful wedding, but I don't want a marriage. There's a difference. So I would love a big party celebrating me, but I don't want the marriage that comes with that. And Banti says, especially people who are building together. And and they're right, because people who are building together aren't getting married with the expectation that it's going to fail.
Then won't you just have a big party for yourself and call it the not getting party?
That's what I just said. I'd like to have a big party celebrating me. So maybe I'll do that on my next birthday when I turn the big next stage. Because I'm not happy about the next chapter. I'm just going to be honest.
When you become half 100.
Yeah, that's right. Broadcast it to the world.
Hey, CB's about to be half 100.
And you do it again. Thanks.
You just told me to.
It was sarcasm. Oh my God.
My bad.
Well, so much for being 29 and holding.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with half 100.
Yeah, it's half 100.
A lot of people won't even get to see that.
I would be happy to not. I'm not happy about that. Like when I turned 40, I cried. Can you imagine how depressed I'm going to be next year?
Oh Lord, we're gonna lock you in a box.
Oh man, I don't want to turn half 100. And what is, and that prompts me to even think of this. What is it about aging that just terrifies people? What do you think it is?
I don't know. It doesn't terrify me. I'm okay with it. Doesn't stop me from doing whatever I need to do.
Eventually said, don't speak that into existence. I'm not looking forward to turning that next stage. I'm just being honest. I'm not looking forward to it. I think people fear the unknown. But the thing is, yeah, that is true. That is true. And Goddess is right. Goddess says she does not look her age. And I can attest, she doesn't. Goddess looks amazing. She does. When we go to Florida, you'll Goddess. And I'm telling you, she does not look her age at all. Not at all. She doesn't. And I'm hoping to not look my age for as long as I can. So when people look at me, I don't want them to say, man, she looks half 100.
Look.
When people look at me, I want them to say, wow, she doesn't look half 100.
You have been posed with a question.
Why would you cry about me?
Crystal says, would you cry about living?
Well,
I'm waiting. That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Thumbs up, Crystal.
Yes, Crystal, you gave me something to ponder on. Because being older is something that not everyone is happy about, especially, when you look in the mirror and you see more gray, where you try to hide the gray you already have by coloring your hair, which I do. So turning the next page and becoming that next age, I'm not looking forward to that. It was bad enough when I turned 40, and I had to get adjusted to that because that was my new chapter, is being 40. And then when I, went the next age up, 41, 42,
You do realize that 40 is the new 20 and 30 is the new 50, 50 is the new 30.
I realized that 40 is the same old 40 that it always was, and I realized that 50 is the same old 50 that it always was, and that 60 is the same old 60 that it always was, and Angela Bassett is crushing 60. She looks amazing, but she also has the finances to continue looking amazing, and she looks amazing. So when you see like a lot of rich people, yeah, they look amazing, but they have the money to look amazing. You see, Venti says, my hair has turned almost completely gray from wisdom and stress. Yeah, and all the change body goes through. Yeah, that is true. And that's another thing. When you get older, you are just, what's the word I'm looking for? You're confronted by your mortality. I remember walking up the steps. This was my cold, hard reality. Walking up the stairs and hearing noises. And I'm looking around like, what is that? And getting to the top of the steps and the noise stops and you realize, well, damn, that was me. My knees are creaking and cracking as I'm walking up the stairs. Like, when did that start? So that, for me, was the cold, hard reality. Like, what
you didn't know?
My body is telling me, hey, you're old. There are things you can't do anymore. You can't drop it hot anymore. You can only drop it like it's lukewarm. And that's about the juice I can do now. So that's my new normal, you know. I can't drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. I can, like, drop it and not like it's hot. So it's, you know, just getting adjusted to those changes, you know. And I'm really glad that I will never go through menopause. So I'm happy about that. But if I did go through menopause, I'd probably be more of a basket case than I already am. I'm pretty sure I would be. Because some of my friends that are going through menopause are batshit crazy. And the hot flash, oh my God. Don't even get me started. One of my friends had a hot flash and she looked like she was dying. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm so glad I don't have to go through that. Oh my God.
Your body will still go through it.
Fanti says, OMG, I tried that the other day and my thighs were so sore. I know, right? It's like you forget that there's something. You know, when you're in the midst of doing things you used to do and you're feeling good, then your body reminds you, yo, can't do that anymore. And it's a sobering experience. Goddess says she's guilty. But she says the guy, she was 40 for a minute. And, you know, sometimes it's like you do forget that. It's like there are days when you're great, you know? So she was partying with a 25 and 30-year-old. Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. And your body will let you know really quickly that
Cougars.
you do that. Real quick.
Cougars.
You know, your body lets you know you can't do that more. Like, I remember I went to a club, and, like, back in the day, I would walk through the door and dance. You know, because my thing always was, if you're paying to get into someplace, then you better get your money's worth. So I would walk in, my friends would get our tables and stuff. And see, I never brought my purse in. I would take my coat off, leave my coat and my purse in the car, and I'm ready to have some fun. No strings, nothing prohibiting me from doing so, just ready for fun. And I would dance from the time we entered into the club until the time they flipped the lights off playing, who sings that song, Closing Time? Playing that song, you know, telling everybody to get the hell out. I would dance from the moment we walked in until that occurred, until they flipped on the lights and closing time and everybody leaves. So I got my money's worth. And what was so crazy is that if, like, my friends would be sitting at the table waiting for guys to ask them to dance. Well, my thing is, if you paid to get in somewhere, get your money's worth. So I see the guys on the other side of the club, you know, hanging with each other. So I would walk up to a guy and say, hey, you know, this is a cool song. You want to dance? And they'd be like, yeah, let's dance. So I would initiate it, and I would go dance. And it was so much fun. And my friends were looking like, how is she out there dancing? And I would switch partners. Other guys would come in and interrupt, like, yo, can I get this dance? And I'm like, sure, you know? And I'd be out there dancing, and my friends would be sitting at the table, you know, nursing their drink and not dancing. And I'm like, my thing is, I've always been the type, if there's something I want, I go for it. The worst thing that can happen is for someone to tell you no. And if they do, then on to the next. And it's that simple. That's like, you know, and that actually can transfer over in life. Like, say, if you're into sales or something, and you get all these no's from people that don't want to buy your product. But then you get that one yes, and you get your commission, and that one yes is just the next opportunity for another yes. Or if you look at the no's yes, those 10 no's are the next opportunity for that yes that's coming. And you just have to be positive and just know and say yes, that yes is coming, it's coming. And it does. And then you start to get used to getting the yeses and the positivity and all those things. And it makes a huge difference. And so I danced the night away while my friends didn't. And then they leave pressed, pissed off, because they wasted a whole night of just basically sipping on drinks, but not being on the dance floor dancing, mingling, meeting people. You know, you can't just sit idly by on the sidelines and watch life pass you by. Where's the fun in that? Like, really, where is the fun in that? So I learned early on that if there's something you want, don't be afraid to go for it. And that's what I did. And I still do. Oh, thank you. And she says that's what she's doing now. Yeah, you have to. You have to go for it. You can't just sit idly by and watch life pass you by, because you'll miss out on all the wonderful things that life has in store for you. So like I said, you're 40 now and fabulous. Go out there and own it. Tell them what 40 is. Tell them how fabulous 40 can be. Tell them how good 40 looks on you. You're fabulous. Own it.
Hey, so take your own advice. Y'all almost 50. Own it.
Don't say that. That's blasphemy. Don't say that. Not having yet. And when I do turn 50 next year, I'm not going to sit idly by and watch life pass me by. I'm going to be 50. My mouth won't even say the word. But when I turn that age next year, I'm going to be that age and fantastic.
You're only 10 months away.
Oh, thank you, Lexi. I appreciate that. What did you say, George?
I said you're only, what, about 10 months away? It'll be here before you know it.
Thank you so much for pointing that out. Thanks so much. See how he does me? You guys see how he does me? Pointing that out. I tell you.
Join the club. Join the club. Come on in. Jump in the car with me.
How old are you anyway, George?
2 years older than you.
Are you 2 years older than me? Keyword older. So George is an old man, everyone.
Absolutely.
George is an old man. So you are
If I'm an old man, you'll be an old woman.
No, I do not claim that. Do not accept that.
Go ahead.
I know my truth. I know my truth. And I do not accept that truth. So once that happens next year, I will be fantastic. I own it, but I'm not owning it yet. I'm still in my 40s, and I'm so fabulous. So I'm still in my 40s. So
yeah, but it's a wrap. The fat
it
lady
is not a wrap.
The fat lady is singing.
This lady is hoarse. She does not have a voice at this moment, so she cannot say anything because
I can hear her now going, warming up. Me.
No. I do not claim that. I refuse. No, and no. I do not claim that.
Chris, as you said, the same energy at 50. See that?
It says, I'm a woman of a particular age is what I say. I feel you guys say that too. I am a woman of a particular age. I like that.
You see the number at the end of that sentence? Do you see the number at the end of that?
I'm a woman of a particular age.
You're going to be a woman of a particular 50.
I am a woman of I am not 50. I am not
coming.
50. I am not
coming, and you can't stop it.
Y'all see how he does me. Where's the love? We're family. Literally. George is my family. Literally. Biologically. He's family. You see how he speaks? Where's the love? Horrible. George, what am I going to do with you?
We're going to have a 50 and up party.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
God said she's 25, born in 70. I like that.
Matter of fact, you'll be 50 just in time for our show next year.
Excuse me?
I think.
Come in. What? No.
Hey.
You know what? All of my beautiful people out there who are 40 and over, this one is for you. This age is not a
my baby, what a lady, girl. Ooh. You're like a wine, you get better with time. Got your knee along, oh, this your soul, you're so fine. From everything that you wear, your kind of beauty's rare. And I swear you get better looking with every year. I'll get your sexual peak, your full figure physique. Young girl can't compete, come cooking something to eat, baby. And since we in the kitchen, girl, let me get that muffin. You look better the older you get.
Can't believe what time, girl, you're getting better. Looking like a picture of the morning after.
The story gets more pretty every chapter, getting more attractive.
Aging a factor. The someone that I got, I'm about to leave her. Very sitting on the vine with time, I'm sweeter.
If I could be your man, girl, you won't want for nothing. You look better the older you get. You really need to let me in your world, girl. What a problem. No cougar, you're still a kitten. You working out, girl, shut your mouth, you looking thicker. You know how to hold your hand. Show me your ID, I get the picture. I propose and those players raise you from my biblical boxes to my safety dash. Ladies, it's Thanksgiving, and I'm about to eat that good. You look better the older you get. I can't believe what time.
factor, more and more attractive. Additional factor. If I could be a man, you'll never want for nothing. Effortless, make it look so easy. Changing spice season, sexy for no reason. Appetite season, enough to take my season. If I tell them how good your love is, then believe me. I can't believe it's time. Looking like a picture. Your story gets more pretty every chapter. More and more still. There's no factor. Someone that I got, I'm about to leave. If I could your man, you'll never want for nothing. Please, with time, girl, you're getting better. Looking like a picture.
All right. Age Ain't a Factor by Jaheim. I love that song, and it says so much. And if you guys want to look on YouTube and look at the video for Age Ain't a Factor, you will see all the beautiful 40-plus actresses that are in that video. And just listening to the lyrics of the songs, when they talk about, Halle Berry, Nia Long, Stacey Dash, all of these women are 40 and over. Some of them are even over 50. Cynthia Bailey, who is from The Housewives. But before The Housewives, she was a supermodel, and now she has her own businesses. But she is gorgeous. And Cynthia is unbelievable. In fact, she might even be in her 60s. And she is amazing. So the song is so powerful, and it's so true, because sometimes age really isn't a factor. It's how you take care of yourself, how you carry yourself, and just your positive attitude, the most important thing that anyone can have. And I know I joke about turning the next age, but having a positive attitude and positive outlook on life, on your next chapter, and just owning it. And so now you know when you're 40 and fabulous, the next chapter is 50 and fantastic. I'm going to be 50 and fantastic, and I'm going to own it. And as long as there are hair colors out there and stylists who want to do my hair, and shout out to my stylist, Beauty by Bentley McCall. She is amazing. So if you're ever in Arizona, look up Beauty by Bentley. She will get you together. She is amazing. She is responsible for this look tonight. And next week, you will see me back in my straight, sleek, cute, long hair style. Because this curly look, just not feeling that. But, yeah, Beauty by Bentley, she does her thing, and she keeps your girl looking amazing. So shout out to Beauty by Bentley. So what do you think of that song, George? It doesn't apply to you, you know that, right?
Oh, that's a cut. Well, that's a two-stepping song right there.
It is. That's the one thing about Kansas City I miss is two-stepping, because we are known for two-stepping. Wouldn't you say so, George?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Can you two-step, George?
You ain't, hell yeah. You ain't two-step to use two-step in Kansas City.
That part.
Real.
Definitely agree. So what's your go-to two-stepper?
I don't have a go-to two-stepper.
Not
I really
at all?
don't. No, because there's so many of them. It's just not even. I couldn't say there was one particular song that was the go-to song. There's a lot.
Bantice says, that's what I missed about Chicago, going out stepping. Yeah, Chicago's known for stepping too. Is that just a Midwest thing?
Yeah, no, but the Chicago two-step isn't like Kansas City's. It's a different kind of two-step. when I'm in Chicago two-stepping, they stop and watch us. Like, oh,
Are
shit.
you serious?
Hell yeah.
Whoa. I did not know that.
When Kansas City's two-steppers are in Chicago, boy, they stop and watch. They be like, damn, the fuck is they doing?
So we invented two-step then, huh?
I don't know, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, because Chicago's serious about their two-stepping. They serious about their two-step.
Yes, they are.
But when Kansas City steppers step in,
From what I
I guess it's just probably because it's such a different type of two-step than I used to seeing it. And it's just like, they're like mesmerized by it.
Yeah,
but
like, she said she would love to do that. Yeah, that would
like,
be something.
Yeah. They're like, what is that? That's the Kansas City two-step. Shoot.
You know, and that gives me an idea. Maybe for our event that we do in Florida, April 2nd, mark your calendars, everyone. Maybe we can have some two-steppers come and show us how it's done. What do you think about that, George?
We actually have a club on the set, on a motorcycle set, that is called, they're called Steppers Delight. And that's what they do is two-step. That's their specialty is two-step. So I can reach out to them and see if they want. Yeah, I can reach out to them and see if they want to come down.
Yeah, that would be awesome. There's some two-stepping on the program. That would be cool. I think people would really be into that. Because that's one thing we don't have here in Arizona is two-stepping. And I miss that so much because I can two-step. That's my thing. I love two-stepping. Above all other dance, I love two-stepping. It's just something about it. It's just when you hear the song and you just let the music take you. And then you're moving and swaying and you're into it. And you just let the music just take you. And it's just it's so much fun, especially when you have a partner that can also two-step very well. And you just follow your partner and you just go. I love it. Do you and your wife go two-stepping, George?
Nope.
Why?
I don't dance much anymore. Just because I can don't mean I do. No, I just don't.
That's unfortunate. Because that's something that I really, really, really love is this two-step. And I have not two-stepped since I've been in Arizona. I've been in Arizona. It'll be 8 years in October. And I have not two-stepped in 8 years. That's bad. At least not here in Arizona. I did two-step maybe once or twice within these 8 years, but that is very unfortunate because I love two-stepping. That is just like, man, like no other. So, yeah, and I miss that, you know. It's so weird how different things are, like when you go to different states. Auntie says the only time I step is when I go back home. They don't do it here. Wow. Where do you live now, Auntie? Because I know that they don't do it here in Arizona. Now, they do salsa dancing. I find that fun, but it's nothing compared to the exhilaration I get when I two-step. I love. Oh, Auntie is in North Carolina. They don't two-step in North Carolina? Wow. That's weird. I would have thought they would. But I love two-stepping. That was my thing. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Man. She says they don't even do house music in North Carolina. Wow. What type of music do they listen to in North Carolina? That's not good. Wow. That's surprising. that they wouldn't. That's really surprising. Huh. I don't know what to make of that one. What song do you like to two-step to, George? What song do you like to two-step to?
Shoot, there's, oh my God. I can't even answer that question. There's so many different songs. I had to look them up.
Yeah, Vanti said she likes just rap and slow jam. So that's all that they have in North Carolina is just rap and slow jam. But with the slow jams, they should be able to two-step. At least I would, for sure. I love two-stepping, and I so miss it so much. Because we don't have that here in Arizona at all. Wow. Not at all. So, George, would you say your favorite song was to two-step, or do you have a favorite song?
I don't have a favorite. I have just 10,000 songs. I got a playlist of all two-stepping music, and it's 135 songs. And I like every last one of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can't say there's no one. I mean, you got Walk Out of Heaven. You got You, Jackies, We Are On, Trip, Snow Child, Go Crazy, Lovely, Butterflies. I mean, it goes on. Temperature Rising, Conversations in the Dark. I'm just saying.
Wait, Temperature Rising. I don't think I've heard that one. Who sings that?
Tory Lanez.
That's a rap, right?
No.
Well, Tory Lanez is a rapper, aren't
I
they?
know, but it's a slow song. It's a slow song.
So a rapper did a slow song, right? Is that right?
Yeah, you got After Hours. What about After Hours? About the weekend? You know what
Haven't
I'm
heard
saying?
that one.
There's all kinds of songs.
I haven't heard that.
I don't have a single one favorite.
Yeah, if I haven't heard that one, I definitely haven't heard that one. But I do like the weekend stuff. He's won quite a few awards, Billboard awards. I don't know. Did he win a Grammy? He didn't win a Grammy, did he? Do you know? I can't remember if he did or not. If you just joined us, you're listening to CB and the Boys. We are your weekend motivator. We come to you every Wednesday on Blog Talk Radio. If you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Bigo, you can tap in the chat if you want to weigh in on our topic tonight. Or if you'd like to weigh in, you can give us a call at 51418-5603. Again, that's 418-5603. Or if you're watching us on these platforms, you can also type in the chat, and we will read your comment on air. So welcome back to CB and the Boys. And also, don't forget to visit our iHeartRadio page and like us, and forget to visit our YouTube channel and like us and subscribe. And also visit our Facebook page and like us and subscribe. We need all the subscriptions that we can get, all the likes. Definitely on YouTube. We have quite a few likes now, but we need 94 more. So please definitely like us and subscribe. So we need 94 more to reach our goal. And then after that, we need 900 more. So let's start with the baby steps. So let's get those 94 in, and then we'll concentrate on the 900 after that. Yep. All right, so welcome back to CB and the Boys. Our topic tonight, we've been talking about age once again. We touched on the topic of marriage. Do we need it? And really, there was really no right or wrong answer with that. Also, we've been talking about slow jams and two-stepping, and I have some songs coming up that are really going to take you back to it. So here is In Touch and 2 Steps to the Right. Remember that one?
Yep. And that is one of them.
It's one of the best two-stepping songs. was In Touch with Two Steps to the Right. Does that bring back some memories to you, George?
Yep. That's one I play all the time at the club.
And, you know, that's one that sounds really good, I know, on the big speakers. And, oh, man, that brings back so many memories.
Yep.
Now, here's another one. Now, this was in a particular movie. Let me see if you remember the film. Here we go.
What you do, I just can't get enough of you. I don't care.
guessed that it was Cameo, but it's not Cameo. But it does sound like it could be Cameo. But I think, what's his name? The leader of Cameo, I think it was Larry Blackman. But no, that wasn't Larry Blackman. It sounds like it, but it wasn't. Nope, gotta guess it was a Gap Band. Nope, not the Gap Band. Who do you think it was, George?
I'm not sure.
What movie? You don't
definitely
even
don't
remember the
movie? No.
All right. So the movie was School Days. You guys remember School Days?
Oh,
Very
dang.
popular back in the day.
Yeah.
And the name of the group, guys just said we're too young. But it was from the movie School Days, and the group was EU. You guys remember the song "Doing the Button"? Texas,
Yeah.
When you get that notion, put your belt in motion. That's the same group that just did that slow song called "Taste of Your Love." It was the party scene where everybody was slow dancing and stuff in School Days. You guys remember it now, a little tiny bit? But that was the song, "Taste of Your Love." And man, that, talk about a good two-stepping song. Like back in the day, I remember when the movie came out, and we used to play that song, at parties. You would get the soundtrack to School Days, or back in the days where you would just buy the soundtrack to films and movies. Like, to this day, my favorite soundtrack to this day is still Purple Rain. Like, what? Yeah. So, back in the day, we used to just buy the soundtrack. So we all, of course, had the soundtrack to School Days, and that was one of the songs. So yeah, that was the song. That was the cut back then, man. That was the cut. Another good cut was Guy. Now, Guy, the group Guy, they had so many slow jams and songs that were perfect for two-stepping. One of my favorites is "Piece of My Love" by Guy, which is one that you definitely can't go wrong. You remember that song, George? "Piece of My Love" by Guy?
Not by the title, but I'll probably remember it when I hear it.
You don't remember that song? "You can have a piece of my love."
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for
you. Yep.
Nothing to say. I'm telling you forgot that song. That was like the song back in the day.
I just didn't recognize it by title. That's still a song. What do you mean?
Well, of course. And, of course, here it is.
waiting for you. And with you, I do love you. I know that this is wrong, but the feeling's so strong. I wish this could last forever, but it wouldn't be the same. Tell me who would be the blame if we were to hurt all over again. Please, hush, no questions asked. Lay back and relax. Do about you. Take off your shoes. Let your pretty sexy hair down. It's coming now, baby. I'm giving you a piece of my love. My love, baby. Waiting for you. You can have a piece of my love. My love, baby. My love, my love. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Kick off your shoes. Lift your pretty head down. Let's make love over and over and over and over again. Yeah, baby. For you, I wanna make love over and over and over again. My love, my love, my love. You can have a piece of my love. Ask me for it, and you will get it. Come and get it, come and get it. This is all, baby. Knock on my door, and I'll let you.
Can you imagine or can you remember playing that song, Piece of My Love, on the big speakers at a house party, just blaring through the house? I mean, there's no sound like that in the world, guys. Do they even do house parties these days? What do you think, George? Do
No.
they still do house parties?
No.
We're really missing out.
We just go to the club.
There's nothing like a house party. They're really missing out. Hearing these songs playing on the big speaker. Oh.
Ain't nobody trying to have all them people in their house nowadays. Especially with COVID.
Baptiste knows it with the black light special. Oh, yeah. Yes. Having the black light on or the red lights on. Oh, yes. So much fun. We used to have so much fun. Because I know you went to a house party Saturday, didn't you, George?
Yep. Went and shut them down.
So what's one of your best house party experiences?
We can't talk about that.
Ooh, George was naughty, y'all.
That would be triple X.
George was naughty. Well, here's another song which I really like. I wouldn't say it was a two-stepper, but it's a really pretty song. So this is Love and Paris in the Rain, and it's a really pretty song.
All I know is we could go anywhere, we could do anything, go whatever the mood we're in. Yeah, all I know is getting lost late at night under stars, finding love standing right where we are. Your lips, they pull me in the moment, you and I alone, and people may be watching. I don't mind, 'cause anywhere with you feels right. Anywhere with you feels like Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. We don't need a fancy town, a bottle that we can't pronounce. 'Cause anywhere okay, like Paris in the rain. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. I look at you now and I want this forever. I might not deserve it, but there's nothing better. Don't know how I ever did it all without you. My heart is about to jump out of my chest. Feelings they come and they go, that they do. Feelings they come and they go, not with you. Late nights in the street lights and people look at me, girl, the whole world could stop. Anywhere with you feels right. Anywhere with you feels like Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. We don't need a fancy town, a bottle that we can't pronounce. 'Cause anywhere okay, it's like Paris in the rain. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. Anywhere with you feels like Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. Walking down an empty street, puddles underneath our feet.
All right, that was Love and Paris in the Rain. Looks like we have a caller, 203. You're on with CB on the Voice. Can you state your name?
Hey, this is Rome. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just randomly calling in. Never called you guys before. I've seen this entertainment, and I wasn't sure if it was open mic, like for sharing. I didn't know, so I thought I'd call in.
Always,
Sure.
always. It's always open mic for entertainment.
Yeah.
You can always share with us.
Well, yeah, I'm a writer, and I would love to if it's okay. You know, I don't want to take up time or nothing with you guys. But...
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Well, it's a piece I have here written I just recently wrote, and it's called White Caps When Tears Ripple. There it goes. Fallen stems in the headers we read about. We read aloud in the leaflets. We see it now. It's a sequel. Ain't no difference in prints unless it's pages, unless it's print. I show what difference it is unless we say it. The script is in black and white. We made it sure that the sun was out. I seen it settle with fog. The glints was better squinted. The shade. We balance the spoken like Ray is. Where's the news? We lynching. Opinions from paraphrases. Power consolidated. A day late to come say our phrases. A day short and an hour later. No wonder we grow in cages. No wonder we need fillers. Just to get through our daily debate we barely read. The daily fed. Because he said, she said. We say we thought. Who says what's said when the blind lead the blind? Who named who led? When we sound the same when the same is heard. Only the heard is kept. The lines ain't braille, so how you cross, well, you ain't feel such surprise as I. In a flood of minutes, I must have blinked. It was but a blink. What you think is but a second. Hey, live with is what he written. What's the difference? Loading never equal to the sum. When you're the one, shit is different. Grain and oats, pray and hope. Say I do, say you won't. What it means, all it is. I show commitment to the kids and those miscarries. You're unburied. With the miscarriages, children never die. That's a lie. I know it's slow. We'll never land. And that's the worry. If you're looking for a captain, ain't no hooking unless you waiting for a catch. You got no plating. Point blank is a statement. Like you planking. Travelers travel. Seek is seek. To the reasons less. We should repeat. Like the favorites, we use VHS. I see concessions, fingers tapered. What needed to be addressed. As much can manifest such as destiny. Doctrine. Without consent, what it seemed to me. Being against the grain only feeds the demons. We and settle silent upon request. We let a monster rake a step for the plenty please. Look for the worm to feed. No mind the wind. We rewind the winds and reform the clouds only to see what time is. Only for see is timeless. How do you see horizons if not the surface? And what's the island to check the gravel? The curtains closing the circumstance. She makes a stance. I make a stance like to circumvent when we course is led. Enough concern as far as curtains closing. It's far from being beach, troops and current. Don't squeeze from the ripples. Tears makes an absence. The happiness currently. The flow to see, the deeper the reach. Find the calm in the damn things. The irony tracks we preach. Leak slowly to keep the levels we set to reach. Surface levels we fight to keep ahead of. Team the tread just ahead of reach. If only personal looks to exercise and demons, we would an effort to make a pull to keep it sharp. If it was just to breathe, sink and swim, what's the win? You ain't swim to seek for help. Only to see yourself deep in death we dived in, hoping to grow in the hardships. The water fences fought and the courtships, hold the points for the target. I meant the script, I found it plenty to meet a pardon. Let love come out the bottom of letters often. Set a sun and stone, what's up is life guarded. I read the helpless crosses. We seen what the split has cost us. How do we skip across it? When all that fits that lost for words. And the caption dies. Easier to picture this. I apologize. I understood.
No, that's nothing to apologize for. You were very good.
Hey,
Man,
You were very good.
that was deep. That was deep.
That was.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. My forces got the best of me.
No,
Man,
you are very talented.
that was deep, man.
Yeah.
That was deep. I liked it. I liked
Thank
it that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your talent.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you sharing, man. I like that.
That was awesome. Yeah, call in any time. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with us. We appreciate that so much.
Definitely. I'll keep an eye out. Like I said, I just happened to see you guys on, so I never called in before, so.
Yeah, we are on every Wednesday as a midweek motivator. So what you just did definitely falls in line with that because that was so motivating. You're very talented. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that. Do you have any other pieces?
I do, of course I do. I don't want to, like, you guys don't tell me stuff like that. I mean, yeah.
Dude, we got 14 more minutes. Take us home. Do it.
All right. Well, sure. All right. Yeah. Nathan. Okay. Here's a piece called Effective because it's free.
Okay.
Forever moments that pass me by, steady being the passerby, can never settle, leaving the past alone, trying to filter pieces. Found my peace and my past away. If it hadn't happened, this wouldn't have to happen. How can I break away from what's broken? Feeling this hole, feels like what's the hole was shattered. Bumps in the roads I traveled, has this job of me idling, souls that challenge, depths that I ever taxed and yet. Never had to give him back, no attempt to fill up the holes they brandished. Home is damaged. How do I know the man is just stay through? When looking forward to looking up is only a ray of view. Sees I lost sight to the frost and the bitter cold. Losing grip on the bend and spinning out control. Could it be as simple as this? Letting it live, letting it go, caught it drift. I see a shift and pain can shine with a difference in grain. Let it adjust with the trust in your lane. Some things can change, add up to all the benefits I'm never can gain. Never lose your sense of self and find there's value in plenty. Just a penny can change, yet I'm broken, can't afford things, even if for a second. So I'm wide awake before all is lost, you cause of blame. Effective because it's free. And the people.
Nice.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Where do you get the inspiration for your work?
Life. Yeah. I'm just,
you don't sound like you're that old. Do you mind if I ask your age?
No, I'm 33.
Wow.
No, is that old?
No, not at all. Not at all. But you're very talented, without a doubt. You're very talented. Well, the reason I asked that is because tonight on the show we talked about age and things like so. That definitely falls in line. You know, that the amount of work that you have and just your style writing is just amazing. How you express your style. You know, that's really impressive. I know I couldn't do it.
Of course,
so that's amazing. Yeah. I always marvel at people who can. You know, like people who can rap, people who can do spoken word, like you've just done. I can't do that. And I mean, anybody can read, but not anyone can express themselves in that kind. And I definitely could not do that.
Well, do you write? Do you write at all, diary or anything?
I do. Oh yeah, I do write.
You can.
I have articles all over the internet. So yeah, I have articles out there. And writing an article is so different than writing a poem or spoken word or writing a rap. It's so much different. And just the way that you interpret things and the way that you express it. I mean, I don't think that I could do that. I'm pretty sure I could.
I think you can. I can agree and disagree. Because, you know, I get what you're saying and the aspect of like your structure, but at the end of the day, it's all writing. So we have the same constructs as far as what a metaphor, what a subliminal is, you know, double entendre is. You know, we know what not to write, what's a double negative, but as a writer, you also know where double negative makes sense. Where using the vulgar language makes sense. We know what punctuations mean and how to use them in certain aspects. So I think you can. It's just a matter if you want to. But when it comes with that, there's certain standards I don't think you should instruct yourself to. Like, if you want to recite something, do it your way. It's an expression. And it can still be spoken word. It can still be rap. It can still be poetry. And just because you don't deliver it a certain way doesn't make it not that. And I'm here to say that it's otherwise. Because if that was the case, it wouldn't be art. You know?
This is true. And you know, and you nailed it. And the difference between would be the delivery of a piece of work. Whether like you just said, anyone can write. Anyone can interpret things, you know, different various ways, but it's the way something is delivered. And I think that my delivery would not be as effective as yours because, I mean, just you're amazing. You know, you really are. You are amazing. Very, very talented.
Well, I can only imagine now.
It's very good. And the emotion in his voice and the choice of words, the way he put his lyrics together, draw a very vivid image of what he's saying.
Thank you.
Definitely.
You know what I got inspired from that? Look, I feel like myself, so it's like Stephen King. He's like one of my favorite writers. And I like Edgar Allan Poe over Shakespeare, too. Like, I could, like
you are the only other You are the only other person I know that I've met or talked to, the only other person I've known, met, or talked to that likes Edgar Allan Poe other than me. I love Edgar Allan Poe.
He's an amazing writer, man. I mean, his story alone, I mean, it was a genius. I mean, his perception of death alone at a young age is what scares everyone at that. So, like, he got a grasp of life that, he had a grasp of life understanding death since he was young. And he was like a leprosy just because of that. Just like off rip, because like that's what he talked about. But he did it in such for me, my opinion is better than Shakespeare. Like Shakespeare, Edgar Allan is. I could recite an Edgar Allan Poe just the way I did, but then would you call the Edgar Allan Poe spoken word or rap? No, but I could read just like that because it's a rhyme scheme within it. So you can read it however way you want. The tempos change, but you can read it as he's still rhyming within it, like internally, all types of ways, and it's right. And you could rap it. You could break it down to a 16 bars, all types of shit. But we still call it poetry, you know? Like,
right.
So I'm just a writer. Just like it got me more writing, Stephen King got me more into writing descriptively and reading authors and stuff like that, more into the writing like that. English class in school just got me more into writing, more or less in the genres and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that you can as a writer. Because I'm sure you write articles and something your little jabs here and there, like your little funnies, your little double on, you know, hoping someone will catch it, hoping someone will notice, like, because it's open to interpretation. And even for yourself as a writer, someone might tell you something about your own stuff where you're like, I didn't mean that, but I could see that. Oh, wow, yeah, I didn't notice that, you know? So, yeah, I definitely think you could. I would love to read your articles. I would love to see that. I'm sure you'd write amazing.
Well, what we've heard tonight, I mean, I'm impressed. And I think you have a bright career ahead of you with your writing. It's amazing. It really is. And of the authors that you mentioned, the writers, Edgar Allan Poe, Shakespeare, and Stephen King, all of those writers, one thing about it that I can say, at least for me, is they draw you in, and they make you want to know more. They make you want to go to the next chapter, you know, read the whole book. They just draw you in, and they make you want to know more. And your writing definitely follows along with that, for sure. It makes you want to hear more. It makes us want to know more, you know. So
let me ask you this:
I really
have you ever
support your work.
Have you ever did one of these? You have a favorite author, right? Because you know, like with music, people have these separate genres, right? Like what kind of almost pushed me out like rap or something. Like I like lyrics, I like writing. So, like there's certain artists I like because they're writing. There's some artists that don't write. There's some artists that are very generic. But like I was one of those people that I'll be like, oh man, I'll be like, I'll be reading a book. I remember this Stephen King. I'll be like, or even like a Edgar Allan Poe, or even Shakespeare. I'll be like, oh man, that's a bar. Let me hear this. Let me read that again for you. This is a rap. This is a bar right here. It's writing. It's like I don't know why people have the separation of it sometimes. It's like this is that, but at the end of the day, it's all writing. It's all writing. Like, I even compare. Like, I'll take a rap artist and compare him to a blues artist. I'll take Bob Dylan and put him up against a rapper and be like, but Bob Dylan got more bars. You hear what Bob Dylan just said though? Like, really, he just said so simply. So, yeah, that's just writing. So, I love it. But I appreciate your appreciation. I love that. I get very nerdy about it.
Well, we appreciate your calling in. Thank you so much. And you have an open invitation to call in anytime and definitely share some more of your work with us. We really, really enjoyed it tremendously.
Thank you, guys. And what are your names?
I am CB, and this is George Biker Boy Holman. And the show that you're on is CB and the Boys.
All right. Thank you, CB. Thank you, George. I'm Rome. Appreciate you guys. I know George has some silent rights that are fired because he's been quiet this whole time. You know.
Well, I'll be looking forward to hear from you again.
I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. I know we had some Sin City scripts out here.
All right. Thank you so much, Ron.
All right.
Hey, we have.
a great one.
Thank you. You as well. All right, guys. We have 1 minute left in the show. So, George, go ahead and say your sign off for tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for once another
90
lovely
seconds.
evening with CBs and the Boys. And as I always say, peace, love, and peace.
It looks like Roger Hawkins did not get to join us tonight, so hopefully Roger will be here next week. And hopefully we'll have the fabulous Miss Mimi Acosta back next week. And maybe even J. Lee Duchemin Thomas will join us in the studio next week. So we can only go.
60 seconds.
George and I held it down this week. So you've been listening to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator here on Blog Talk Radio. You can also catch us on iHeartRadio. So we'll be looking forward to that. As well as you can see us live on YouTube, also Facebook, and Bigo Live. So we will see you next week, same time, same channel. And don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and like us and subscribe. So don't forget, once again, to go to YouTube, like us and subscribe. Go to our page on iHeartRadio, like us and subscribe. And also go to Facebook, like us and subscribe. And to take us home is some BTS and Butter. And
10 seconds.
BTS for once again staying #1 on the Hot 100 Billboard chart. An amazing song. So here is BTS to take us home and Smooth Like Butter. So from me to you guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much for rocking out with CB and the Voice tonight. And we will see you next Wednesday, same time, same station, here on Blog Talk Radio, Bigo Live, YouTube, Facebook, and iHeartRadio. So we will see you next week. Take care of yourselves and each other, and don't forget to love yourself above all things. Love yourself. True love starts with loving oneself. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect to love someone else or someone else to love you? So remember that. Always stay positive. And we'll see you next week. And to take us home again is BTS and Butter.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shake, stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. When I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the super glow, so do the booty. A side step when I love to my beat. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got the heat. Let me show you can talk it deep. Right step right left to my beat. Get it, let it flow. Smooth like butter. Pull you in like no other. Don't need no usher. Remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other that could sweep you up like a rubber. Straight up, I gotcha. Making you fall like that. Break it down. When I look in the mirror, I'm at your heart. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is this. A sexy right left to my feet. Get it, let it roll. Thank God, got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibe. Like, haters, boys pull up and we lay low. On the bandit, moving with the bass low. Got the army right behind us when it say so. Let's go. Back to my left to my feet. Let the moon rising me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is this. Talk is baby. And you know we don't stop. How like, ain't no, you feel like, oh my God, we gon' make it rocky today. We gon' make it bouncy today. Hotter, sweeter, cooler, butter. Get it, let it roll.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. All right, George. Good show. You get some sleep.
Yeah. I'm having some issues.
Yeah, you gotta take it easy. You did like I don't know, flip your bike. You gotta take it easy. You gotta take it easy. You probably did stuff too fast. Why is it echoing?
Because this thing is on.
Oh. Well, you get some rest. I thought our show went.
Music is coming from.
There's music? Where do you hear music from? What kind of music?
It's got to be upstairs in my house.
Oh, because I was like, I hear no music. George is going crazy on.
All right.
George is.